Intel says Arc is as good or better than NVIDIA at ray tracing. Okay, so here's the thing about ray tracing, is that it only really matters if your rasterization performance is also good. We've seen GPUs that just, had ray tracing hardware on them, but simply weren't powerful enough for that to matter because you weren't going to be gaming at a reasonable level of visual fidelity anyway. So Tom Peterson told PC Gamer the RTU, or ray tracing unit, that we have is particularly well suited for delivering real ray tracing performance. And you'll see that when you do ray tracing on comparisons with an RTX 3060 versus an A750 or A7700. We should fare very, very well. The Intel Graphics YouTube channel released a ray tracing technology deep dive yesterday, where they showed some actual software, everything from benchmarks to real games, running on their Arc hardware. So let's go ahead and skip to some of the timestamps that matter. Actually, Luke, do you want to give me some timestamps here?
At 18 seconds, there's Ghostwire Tokyo running on an A770 with ray tracing.
Here we go. Wow, thank you, YouTube compression. This looks like absolute horse, so that's cool.
It's one of the problems with any visual stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, what am I even running at here? Oh, cool. Auto 360p because I'm not on a 10 gigabit internet connection.
I had a Twitch clip. I don't really watch Twitch, but it was a clip. I had a Twitch clip that was shared to me the other day, and I was like, wow, this looks horrible. I figured out it had auto to 144. And I was like, I'm amazed.
Tell me you don't care about VOD and the VOD experience without telling me you don't care about the VOD experience.
Yeah. At 1046, it shows 3D Mark DirectX ray tracing featured test on the A770 versus a 3060. At 1445, it shows an Intel Spheres demo. There's some cool stuff.
Yeah, so you can check that out. But here's our discussion question, and this is sort of a big one. If this card were released today, okay, amidst the pricing apocalypse in the GPU market, right?
Yeah.
So let's head over to Newegg. If these cards were released today, with all the warts that they have, even aside from the issues that Intel has acknowledged with things like DirectX 9 performance, right? We've encountered other problems like emulators. These are small community projects. They don't have giant teams of developers. They don't have billion-dollar companies behind them, right? My experience running emulators on Intel graphics hardware has been awful. And emulation is a huge part of why PC gaming, why a device like the Steam Deck is so great, because you can play literally every game ever. Not literally, but you guys understand what I mean, right?
Yeah.
So knowing that there are going to be caveats in a world where an RTX 3060 is slashed all the way down to $380 brand new. Okay, that was the lowest one that I saw. We're going to head over to eBay. Okay, these are current gen cards. We're not even talking last gen cards that can achieve equivalent-ish performance. So let's have a look at our sold. No, not condition. Come on. Sold items. Yeah, here we go. Why are people paying like new pricing for? Oh, that's a TI. Okay. Here's a 3060 for $308. Here's a 3060 for $250. $300, $300, $290. So these are going for as little as $250 to just around $300 at this point. What price would Intel need to come in at for you to consider an Arc Alchemist GPU? What would it take? Like, unless it's okay. No, I'm gonna let you go first. Actually, we should poll again. Let's poll. Okay. So I want to see like 200 to 250, 250 to 300, 300 to 350. Because I don't think anything above that is reasonable. I mean, you can put in 350 to 400. I guess we might as well just have it there, right?
Okay, I'm working on the poll.
Okay, Luke's working on the poll. Well, maybe I should. I wish I. Okay, am I just an idiot and I can't find the poll tool? Like, I don't see how to do it.
I think so.
Okay, where's the button?
It's really straight. Oh, it's not in the chat window. That's why you can't find it.
Ah.
Yeah. It's just barely to the bottom right of the player.
Well, there it is. Look at that.
Yeah.
And you just make a pull like
And
that.
now that you know that, when
Okay.
the new player launches,
Yeah.
it's probably gonna move.
Cool.
So
And the new player's launching like imminently.
pretty darn
yeah,
soon.
okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Thanks, Luke. That's really helpful.
yeah, no worries.
Okay, I want to hear what you say.
What's your reasonable
Yeah,
price range?
what's the Arc Alchemist price range for the, because remember, this is, so we're talking A770, okay? A770, that's the one that they're positioning against the 3060.
What's the price range that would get you to buy?
Yeah.
What's the maximum price range that you would buy at?
I think you're overthinking it.
There was too many characters in the title. I had to redo it.
I see. What's your price? Choose your price, Denis.
For me,
Flawless victory.
it's like, it's tough because at different times I would have said different things, because right now I use my computer for work a lot. So there isn't one.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I'm not willing. I need something very stable,
Got it. Okay.
because if I can't get my computer working,
No, I'm gonna flip this around on
I'm
you.
cheesed.
I'm not gonna let you hide behind the it's
No,
for
no, no,
work,
wait.
so I
No, 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 wait.
cop out
wait.
answer.
I'm
Oh,
not done.
all
I'm
right.
not done.
Okay. All right.
At other times
Because
in
I
my
thought he was
life,
gonna cop out.
that
Looked like a cop
I
out.
can understand
It looked and it smelled like a cop out.
for sure. I would also say though, at other times in my life, I really like this type of stuff.
Oh, so you would just get the newcomer just to like
Very likely.
Try
I
it.
would want to see what's going on. I would want to try the different emulators, see which ones broke, figure out why, see what those emulators were doing about it, figure out what the problems were,
Sure.
try different games. That would be very exciting and enticing for me. So
Okay.
I'd probably say the 300 to 350 range, because I wouldn't want it to be more expensive,
Sure.
but
That's
I would
fair.
be willing to take the risk, if that makes sense.
All right. I'm gonna throw one more scenario at you though. What if it was today and you
Okay.
were you now,
Okay.
but it wasn't for work? This is purely for a gaming rig. Because, and before you answer, I want you to consider the challenge that we had, that we undertook recently, where we switched to daily driving Linux.
I wanted to do this with these cards.
So the
I
social,
think I mentioned that.
the social aspect
Yeah.
of gaming,
Yeah.
is like a huge part of it, and that was a big part of what I felt like you and I both missed out on
That was
during
a-
the Linux
That was
challenge.
a struggle.
Is that even though we were able to get a lot of games running, sometimes with a fair bit of work, if you can't play what everyone else is playing, it doesn't matter how well it performs. It just doesn't matter, because you are not able to have that social experience. And-
Conrad said if it's cheaper than $600, I'm not buying it. I don't buy anything that's not expensive because it makes me feel.
Oh, shut up,
it's worse.
Conrad. You're just trolling. You're
He
trolling.
wears Yeezys. I don't know if that's serious or not.
Well, at any rate,
He's kind of a baller.
here's the poll results. Oh, sorry. Here's the poll results.
Okay, I think he's joking.
The winning result is $200 to $250 over on Floatplane,
Yeah, because everyone wants it to be as cheap as possible.
getting 46% of the vote. Although a massive 36% of you are saying 250 to 300 is also fine, with 13% of you saying 300 to 350. So actually, you're in the 13%, Luke,
Yeah,
who are saying like, yeah, it just needs to be competitive. It doesn't actually need to
I
be
find it very
cheaper.
interesting. I think it would also change depending on what card I currently have.
Mhm.
If I had a card that was, it could still do it with
Yeah.
modern games, then I just wouldn't get rid of my current card right away.
Right, because then you could always bail.
Yeah. But if I had a card that was like it died or something, I might be less willing.
Yeah, like you, it would depend on my life stage, because there were definitely times in my life that I didn't have enough capital to like have
Totally.
a spare GPU.
Yeah.
Like I would immediately be flipping that.
You'd have to
Flip,
be
flip,
able
flip.
to afford the next one 100%. Yeah. So it depends on a lot of things, but there's definitely price ranges and scenarios here where I'm down 100%. I'm very intrigued by these GPUs. I think I even mentioned like us doing a challenge where we have to run it when it was announced or something like that. It was a long time ago. I don't remember if I did or not. But It's very interesting to me. I've always really wanted Intel to succeed with this because I want another player in the space.